Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Paige, welcome. And today we're going to be talking about myths and misconceptions of Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. I just got back from a trip, so I'm filming this video a little later in the week than I wanted to, but I actually had a really good time. All of the girls in my family, like the women, we all went to Tahoe for a few days for Mother's Day, and it was so fun to see everybody. But honestly, I am exhausted from pushing myself to do everything. I tried my best not to say no. I used too many spoons, if you're familiar with spoon theory. And I'm pretty tired, still recovering, but still wanted to film this video. I think that the hardest part about traveling with family that you don't get to see all the time, especially when you first are like diagnosed and your health's going downhill, is they're not used to seeing you disabled. They're not used to your limitations and your boundaries like your immediate family might be. So you have to explain yourself all the time. You have to tell them what you can and can't do, and it's very exhausting. And especially when people don't understand even when you tell them. I know it takes some people a longer time than others to come around, and it took my parents a long time to come around, so I can't expect much of my family that I don't see all the time. But it's so exhausting. I did have a good time, but I'm gonna take a couple days to recover. I have bruises all over my legs from walking because I haven't walked that much in a long time, and I didn't have my crutches because I was kind of embarrassed. I don't know why. I have never been embarrassed about using my crutches until this weekend. And yeah, I wish that I didn't feel that way, but I'm paying for it now, so I'll probably never do that again. And always having to eat something different than everybody else. Everyone's food looked so good all weekend, and I just couldn't have a lot of it, so it's like frustrating because I want to be fully included, and I am, but I'm not, and it's just frustrating. And don't forget, this month is May. It's Ehlers Danlos Syndrome's Awareness Month, and all of my content this month is Ehlers Danlos Syndrome themed. That's going to be the topic of all of my videos. So yeah, stay tuned this month. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to see my future uploads about EDS. I also really quickly wanted to show you guys my shirt. I got it on Amazon and I thought it was so cute. I bought a couple of shirts off of Amazon for this month. But yeah, I'll link the shirt down below. The first misconception that I want to get into is that people with Ehlers Danlos Syndrome are exaggerating or they want attention. No, we don't. This is not the kind of attention that I crave. I would never exaggerate about my pain for sympathy. And I want to say there's like a part of me that wants to say, I wish you could feel my pain so that you would understand. But honestly, I would never wish this pain in this life upon anybody. And I'm very happy that some of you cannot relate to me and my community. But it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So sometimes we need help, and we're not exaggerating. We're not wanting your attention. We're needing your help. It's not for attention, I promise. The next thing that is totally false is that you need a family history for diagnosis. A family history is not required for diagnosis. If you want to know what is required for diagnosis, I made a video all about the diagnostic checklist, diagnostic criteria that was updated in 2017, so you should check that video out if you are curious what is on that checklist. This is a misconception that I have struggled the most with doctors, not with family members or friends. And this one is that a diagnosis doesn't matter. The name of your diagnosis doesn't matter. What matters are your symptoms. And that's not true, because the ability to understand and accept treatment comes from having that validation in a name of a diagnosis. It gives doctors and patients the opportunity to find precautions from things getting bad. I think that learning about my Ehlers Danlos Syndrome has changed my mental health. It's changed the way that I look at my physical health. It's changed so much about my life. So I think that a diagnosis is important. A terrible misconception or myth about Ehlers Danlos Syndrome is that everyone with EDS is tall and thin. Not everyone with EDS is tall and thin. Your body type does not have anything to do with EDS. It just doesn't. And it stinks because I remember when I was overweight, doctors would say that if I lost all that weight, my pain would be gone or would be less. And so once I lost a bunch of weight and the pain was the same, I was very disappointed. And yeah, the doctors totally threw off my expectation of when I lost all that weight. But your body type does not have anything to do with your diagnosis of EDS. I feel like I'm talking with my hands a lot today because I've been with my family of Italian women all weekend. That's why. Another misconception about Ehlers Danlos Syndrome is that EDS only affects the muscles and joints. And I've had doctors who believe this misconception. Ehlers Danlos Syndrome affects your organs, every organ and body part, because of the connective tissue that supports them. If the connective tissue that supports them are weak, they're going to have issues. So it affects everything. It is not just muscle and joint related. The last misconception that I want to talk about today, I think is the most important. And this is that your pain is in your head or is caused by your anxiety or depression. And EDS is real. Your pain is real. You can have anxiety or depression and also have physical pain and EDS. It isn't one or the other. You can have both, even if a doctor says that your pain's being caused by your anxiety. And honestly, my anxiety and depression has improved so much since I got my diagnosis, just because of that validation and the ability to research my illness and have some answers somewhere. It has helped my anxiety. So my pain isn't being caused by my anxiety. My anxiety is being caused by my pain and not knowing what it was. So it's a two-way street. You can have both. And your pain is not in your head. It's not. And even if your pain is caused by your anxiety or depression, it is still validated. You're still in pain and you still deserve treatment. So advocate for yourself, people. No one's gonna do it for you. All right, you guys, I think that is it for the myths and misconceptions video. I hope that you really enjoyed hearing me rant. I hope you enjoyed hearing me rant about the misconceptions that people have about Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. And I hope that you guys enjoy all of the rest of my content coming to you this month for HSD Awareness Month. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.